Hi, fifth graders. It's Mrs. Jensen again. We're on day 3 of our learning about Earth systems. So we started the beginning with just an overview of all of them, and then we've slowly started breaking them down and adding to our notes. So the other day, we focused on just Earth systems in general, that we recognize that Earth is a complex system that is made up of the 4 subsystems and that they all are connected and influence one another. And we focused on the biosphere, which was all life on Earth. And today we're going to move into the hydrosphere. So you'll notice that my color now is changed to blue. I would encourage you to also use blue if you are color coding your notes like I suggested. So hydrosphere is or includes all Earth's water in the ground, on the surface, and in the air. So looking at those word parts again, that prefix hydro means water. So we can figure out that a hydrologist is a scientist who study water, right? We know water from our study of matter, that water can take on liquid, solid, or gas. The same is true in our hydrosphere. And so some examples of liquid hydrosphere examples are river, ocean, pond, creek. You probably can think of some more as well. So it would make sense too if we moved into thinking about the solid, that solid examples would include sea ice and glaciers. And then thinking about gas or vapor, it probably would make sense that clouds and fog are examples of hydrosphere in that form, in that state of matter. So the hydrosphere is a huge portion of our Earth, right? And it can come in liquid, solid, gas, or vapor. And we know that all life depends on water. So right away, we know that without the hydrosphere, the biosphere wouldn't survive. The biosphere depends on water. And so we already start to see that connection of how these two systems already are interacting or depend on one another and how they each play a role. If you haven't already done so, I would encourage you to jot a couple of those things down. Feel free to add other examples. And if you need more time, go ahead and just pause the video and push play when you're ready to move on. We are going to move on to the geosphere. So notice that my color changed to purple, but you can use a different color if you want to use gray or brown or another color that we haven't used. I'm fine with that. Doesn't really matter. So our geosphere is all the rocks and minerals in ground. So thinking about that word part again, we see geo means ground, and this includes rock, like mountains. It also includes liquid rock below and above the Earth's surface. So we know that liquid rock below the Earth's surface is called magma, and we know that the liquid rock above the Earth system is called lava. So those are examples of geosphere. So a geologist is a scientist who studies the earth or the ground. Rocks are made up of 2 or more minerals, and minerals are like the building blocks for rocks. There are about 4,000 types of minerals on Earth, and we use minerals in our everyday lives. For example, aluminum is used to make buildings and cars, and copper is used for electrical wiring and plumbing, like pipes in our homes. The geosphere also, and I didn't write this down, but I would encourage you to, includes each of the layers of the Earth. So the crust, the upper mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. So those are also parts of the geosphere. So the layers of the Earth, the crust, the upper mantle, the outer core, and the inner core are also examples of the geosphere. And you might think, before I go on, I guess, I want you to investigate whether or not you think soil then is part of the geosphere. Okay? So I'm not going to answer that yet, but we're going to come back to that when next time we meet. But what I would like you to do is, so we've gone over the biosphere, we've gone over the hydrosphere, and we've gone over the geosphere now. You should have a really nice set of notes that are organized, and you've been adding things to that. Yesterday, or last day that you met with me, you started either looking at that picture that I posted, or you looked at other pictures around your house or your backyard, or you drew a similar drawing and you identified the biosphere. Well, today you're going to look at that same picture or pictures, and I want you to identify as many examples that you can see that are the hydrosphere and the geosphere. And then I want you to investigate and see if you can find that answer of, is soil part of the geosphere? If it is, how do you know? If it's not, how do you know? Where would it belong? So, thank you for tuning in. Next time we meet, we'll talk about the atmosphere. Have a great day.